Hello everybody, welcome back to Karidoesstuff and welcome back to my model bench. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Thank you very much for coming out to join me. I really do appreciate all the support. I know it's been a little while since we've been on the model bench, but don't worry, it hasn't been sat idle. Well, maybe it did for a week or so, but let's just gloss over that. Yeah, so welcome back. Alright, well, as some of you may know, I am in the middle of building the RNLI's Severn Class Lifeboat for their 200th anniversary, which was back in March. I didn't start it back in March, I only started it like a month or so ago, maybe a couple of months ago. I have been slacking a little bit. I've had a couple of weeks off here and there, but we are getting there. I do want to get it finished before the end of the year, because otherwise, yeah. Anyway, so I didn't do a model bench stream yesterday because I was busy just weeding out all the bits and pieces. Anyway, let's head on over to Just Chatting and welcome you in. Alright, we're going to hope that my cameras are working, but hello. I have checked them. They do seem to be working so far. So yeah, yesterday I didn't do a stream because all I was doing is I was weeding out all the bits and pieces from the rest of the bits and pieces from the spools. So we've basically got like loads of bits and pieces all ready to prime and paint, and I have laid them out on these individual blocks as per the instructions. So if we look at the instruction manual, which we'll see where we were, so we've done that. So for example, all of these sections here and all of this section here are all on one block. So each block is essentially two parts. So when I do these parts, I don't have to go hunting around for each individual bit on each individual block. I know that these two parts are on that block and the next two parts are on the next block. So that's all good. So yeah, I spent, must have been about 3 hours snipping them from the spool. Not the spool, the words, can't do brain. You know, the bit of plastic they all come on. So I spent 3 hours snipping them off, cleaning them up, marking them up, and sticking them in there. So that was kind of a boring stream. For 3 hours of me just doing that. So I decided not to stream it. While I'm doing that, I usually watch other Twitch streamers or YouTube channels and stuff like that, because it is a kind of a boring thing to do. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to prime up the parts that need priming. We're going to continue on with all these parts here from the engine, not the engine, the running gear, essentially. So like we got the props, propellers, all that kind of stuff. We're going to carry on doing that. We're also going to try and spray up as much of the colors directly onto the pieces before I put them on, because I wasn't liking how the paint was going on as I was painting it. It was kind of gloopy, so I'm going to try and spray the colors first, then we're going to fix them on. I don't know how far we're going to get along today with actually attaching. So, but today is going to be a little bit of attaching for the stuff that we were doing last time. Priming and quite a bit of airbrushing. So there's going to be mixing paint, cleaning airbrush, spraying, all that kind of good stuff. So I think what we should do first, just to get it going and get it started, is we're going to do some prime. Where is my primer? Oh, I've tidied up my desk since last time, so I've lost everything. Right, so we're going to go and grab the can of primer. We're going to put on a mask and some gloves, and we're going to mask prime up the parts that we pulled out yesterday. I pulled out yesterday. So while I'm going to go and get all that, let's just have a look at the workshop. All right, the workshop is still here. Oh, I've got some primer. Which primers do I? Oh, that one's still pretty full. That's good. My Aria masks. Thank you very much, Aria, for supplying me with masks. And some gloves. Right, I'm going to mute my mic while I put my mask on. My mic was muted that whole time, so I do apologise. I'll get back into using the. I was saying that some of this has already been pre-constructed. Some sub-construction before it goes actually onto the ship. Some of these handrails had to be constructed. We're doing all right. That's block number 1 done. So we're gonna leave these out here. I think I'm gonna try and give myself some room. All right. Okay. I know this is a bit of an early stream. I usually start around 5 or 6 o'clock. But I also want to do a second stream today in Planet Crafter. So I'm going to try and get a couple of hours done at least here before we move on over to second stream. I'm rather enjoying that game, so I kind of want to get back into it. You know what I mean? Oh, it's getting a bit toasty warm in here. Undo my jacket in a minute. Undo my jumper. All right, we are getting there. That's the steering wheel for the flying bridge. Nice. Okay, so this part is the, I guess what we would call the weather vane. Got the wind thingamajiggers on it. And that bit needed a bit of pre-construction. So. Alright, that's another. Another spool painted. Right, power up. Make some room up here. Oh, I'm starting to hurt. Old man. I'm an old man. Everything hurts. Oh, that's already been primed. I asked because I primed a bunch of stuff previously. Oop. Right, I'll be fairly careful today. Some of these parts are fairly fragile. Right. That's another one. Primed. Sorted. Done. Right. And that's all the parts. I'm just going to mute my mic and take the mask off. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go open the back door. Hopefully get some cool air in here. I've got a fan on as well. Alright. It's getting a bit toasty, but then I'll get a bit cold in a minute. And a bit toasty and a bit cold. Right, so we gotta go back all the way to the beginning. Right, so we're gonna do, while we're waiting for that lot to dry, we're going to have a bit of tea. I've run out of coffee, so drinking tea. All right, so let's grab some of these bits and pieces. I want to paint these fins. They're red, so they need to be gloss coated. So I'm going to need to find my gloss coat. Oh wait, is that it? Bit of gloss varnish. Right, I'm also going to get a different brush to do that, because that's going to need to be cleaned in a... Right, this one should do it. Yeah, that'll do it. So I'm using Humble Clear Gloss Varnish for this. Humble. Oh, come on. If I can open it, it's like toddler safe, but... God damn it. Here we go. Oh. It's also old man safe. I don't think it's cough medicine or something. Alright, so we're just gonna varnish these up. Okay. Also going to varnish up the props, the propellers. Give them a nice good shine. Fantastic. I'm going to try and wipe as much of that off of this brush as possible. Oh, sorry. Right, and then what I'll do is I will, because this is kind of nasty stuff, it dries hard and I don't want it to ruin my brush, so we're going to just grab these, some this, just and I'm going to just wash it out in there, leave it to soak in there. Put that up here, out the way, out. Just soak up against there, there you go. Right, well that's that done. Right, fantastic. So what I do actually have to do now is I have to wait for that gloss to dry before I can do anything with it. Shouldn't take too long. It is drying. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to here. There's my little cheat sheet of colours. Oh. So 22 is white. So we're going to need to mix up some white, and then we're going to go through all of the sections and spray up the white. So there's like these barriers, which all need to be white. These pillar thing, these, I guess they're just got life jackets in or something, flotation devices. They're going to all be white. I do want to put some wash over those, some grey wash, just to pick out the details. This crane is going to need to be worked on a bit. So we're going to go through all of the parts, like on this bit. This is all 127 is ghost grey, so this is all grey. It's grey. The back is grey, so that's fine. 21s. So we got some white railings on this side. We got some white up here. We got any more white? 22 is white. Yeah, so we got a bunch of 22s. Wait, 21 is black gloss, so that's not white. 21. So all the 22s. So I wonder if I've got a highlighter or something I can highlight. And best I'm going to be able to do, go 22. Just going to mark that up as 22, 22, 22. This one as well. Then we're just going to scrub them off as we go. So this, anything that's 22. This 21 is black, I think. Yep. So these ones are black. 22. So there's that. 22, the motor is white. Is that right? Yep. Any of the 22s. Done that. So that's white. All that. All that. All that. All right. Okay. So we've got a bit of white to do. So we're going to mix up some white. So we'll just get out the bits and pieces to do that. Right, I'm going to need a bunch of clear plastic. Why can't I not find? Ooh. This all needs sorting out. God damn. Oh. Where is my thinner? Can't see anything with this bloody up there, so we can put that there. Tamia. Alright, so let's try and mix up some white. Should have a bunch more white somewhere. There we go. That's already quite thin. That's probably already some stuff I've mixed up. So we'll shake that up. See just how thin this is. That thin. Alright, so we're going to mix some thinners. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to need that much paint. That should be Alright. Alright, okay, good. So what we're going to do first is we're going to run some fluid through my airbrush. Now let's get rid of these brushes. Give me a second here. This palette. Right. Is this camera working? Oh yeah, look at that, it's working. Alright, so what we're going to do is quickly just run some fluid through the airbrush just to clean it. Just to make sure it is working. I hope when I get a little, if I get a bit extra cashola somewhere, I'm going to try and get some decent, like, top-down lights. Yeah. Right, so we're just going to run that through. See how quickly it goes through. So that it should be spraying. Yeah, look at that, it's spraying quite nice. So we're just going to dump that rest of that straight in there. Airbrush is too good. This is why I like looking after the airbrush after you use it every day. Because then when you come to use it the next day, the last thing you want to be doing is cleaning it out. You're like, oh my god, I don't want to spend half an hour cleaning out the airbrush. You do that at the end of the day. Right. Boo 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 boo. Right, we gotta put on my gloves here. Just put these on. Oh. Right, so we need to see if we're actually getting some float. Not really. What is going on here? Now, I'm not really getting any flow. Okay. Maybe it's too thick. Yeah, it seems to be still too thick. Okay. Is it coming up? Right, well, there's one way to tell is actually paint something with it, I suppose. Alright, so, turn the light around over here and switch over to the paint booth. I've got a feeling that my, I really have got that feeling where that compressor is just not up to the job. So, yeah, I need to find the right. Here we go. So let's see if this is actually working or if this is. I believe it needs to be thinner. Just. be thinner. What is going on? This is somewhat annoying. I'm gonna try it again then. Adding some more thinners in there. I think what's happened as well, it's pooled in the bottom. Oh dear, we've just started a wonky day. If you've just joined me, I am struggling again with the airbrush, and I really think it's my compressor. So I think what I'm going to have to do is try and, because it's just constantly trying to retain its pressure. It keeps, let's have a look what it's doing. Yeah, it's losing pressure just as much as it's putting it in, so I've got a feeling I'm going to need to buy a new compressor, so we'll have to look on Amazon for that today. Try and get a good one.
Mu Renfew, Vaf Tilda.
Hey! Hey Amu, how you doing? Good to see you, Amu. Oh, also, do need to do a check. Just hold the horses.
Doing okay.
Good. Glad to hear that. I just need to check something. What primer? Well, hot damn. I've got some matte white. Like actual spray matte white. Do I have matte black too? I've got red. White. Do I have black? What's this over here? That is black clear. Don't have any spray black. Why am I spraying this bloody thing up with... Oh, I've got an open one too. Pure white. This is just matte white. So 22 is just white. So we're just... Why don't I just spray it with that? Why wouldn't I do that? Yeah, I don't have any spray black, fortunately. Alright. I do want to see if this actually works in the airbrush, though. I've got a feeling that... Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we need a new compressor. It's just constantly... It's not retaining its pressure. Ah, that's annoying. Oh, that's really annoying. Alright, well, we'll clean out the airbrush later. Alright. I can put that back in here. I think that's this one. I do have some air. White air, but I prefer this stuff. Go in there. Wow. I'm glad you're doing okay, Amu. I seem to have come across a problem. But that's alright. Let's just spray that up and see how far we get. See how far we get. Paint booth. There we go. Right, so let's do that. Alright, so pop the lid on there and see if this is... Yep, that's good. Oh. Oh, that's... Ooh.
It's becoming less of a blowhard, lol.
Becoming less of a blowhard, yes, indeed. Right, so I need... Is it any barriers on this one? Is it all barriers? No, none of these barriers. So I need I need this ladder one, which is 108. Yes, 108. I need 108. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So, Amu, are you busy with a stream today?
In another hour, Tilda.
Ah, right, okay. Another hour. 104. Because I was thinking maybe we could stream together some Planet Crafter, you know, as I try to build my new base. If you wanted to do that. Or have you got plans yourself? Alright, so that's that one, that. 21A. I think 21's a black. Yeah, 21's a black. Right, so that's all those white. Oh man, that's gonna need to wait for that to kind of dry. That's nasty. Okay, that didn't work out according to plan, did it? Try and do that again. Gonna need another coat. Yeah. Alright, so now what's next on here? This one with the boat on it. I need 38, this little thing here.
Have you got the 3x3 room yet? I'm not going to tell you how to play, but unless you're okay rebuilding a third time, lol.
I don't have the 3x3. No, I need to get the you get the trade rocket for that, and I don't have it. But I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. Honestly. Right, okay, so what it looks like I'm going to have to do is give this lot a coat. Some of these are going to need extra coats because the paint isn't quite sticking. Oh, God. I am having a ball ache of a day today. I mean, we could start on other bits of base building. I mean, it's up to you. If you want to come and play with me, you are welcome to. Right, so we're down on this one. This is...
Also, I was planning to finish Dead Space.
Fair enough.
After Dead Space I could hop into Planet Crafter with you.
Fair enough. Fair enough, Amu. Happy with that.
I am surprised how quickly you're catching up to me.
Getting there, am I? Alright, so did I... 140. Any more fences? There's 140 there. Okay. Right, so it looks like we're going to have to do double coats of white. White is always a kind of a pain in the ass colour. It doesn't cover very well, that's the problem with it. I think that's all the white we need. I'm pretty sure that's it. Right, we'll just leave that there for a minute then. And I think, yeah. Right, so we're ready to move on to next stage. I'm a bit annoyed about that airbrush. If anyone knows that there's anything that gives me the annoyances more than anything, it's the damn airbrush. Well, I can't take full credit for being catching up. I do have Duana, you know, helping me out. So, you know, it's not all me. In fact, I honestly think most of it is her, to be fair. She's played it more often than I have.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was possible to get that far that fast even with help, lol.
Really? Oh well. I don't know, it's my first playthrough, I don't know. Right, I'm just getting some bits and pieces out ready. So we're gonna use this transfer fix because it doesn't cause frosting on paint or like that white gloop. We're gonna give that a try. I'm also got me super glue just in case. So let's bring out my boat. Here we are. We are up to this point so far. If we can get this stuck on today, I will be happy. If we can get all these little bits and pieces stuck on underneath, I'm gonna be more than happy. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to have to bring these into about there, I think. There we go. Okay. Or maybe that super glue will work if I just dab it in the hole. Just dab that in the hole there, that might work. Okay, so let's get to snipping and gluing. Check that these are okay. They're still a bit, oh god, they're still a bit tacky, but spend too much longer on them. Right, what I think I'm going to do is just snip that off entirely. Yeah, because there's too much paint in there. All right. So in that case, we're going to need to super glue for it to dry quick. That's not a sanding stick. Oh, these fins weren't quite dry. Ah. I'm having a hell of a day already. Let's see if the super glue comes out. There we go. Good. That's out. Right, so we are going to be using super glue, but this is a bit raised up here, so it should be okay. Give it a minute. If we up, fingers. Just do what my brain is telling you to do, fingers. There we go. That sort of sits in there nice. Now we grab the second one. Okay, so that they are in there. So now I need these props. Let's do 9A. 9A and okay. It's 9. Let's do 9. Wink. Right, so now we need to get the propeller. So which one's 11? This one's 11. Still sticky. No, you're good. Yank it off here. Okay. Right. Super glue should be fine for this. And just squeeze that into.
Do our names. Hello, Big Bear, happy smiley.
Hey, Joanna, how you doing?
Emma back from naps, happy smiley.
Ah, you had a naps, did you? Nice. Well, naps are always good, I say. Just leave that to dry because I don't want to fucking around with that too much. Yeah, I thought I'd do a quick model bench stream today, Joanna. Maybe a couple of hours. And then get back into Planet Crafter. I have an idea of I want to rebuild the base. have an idea of what I want to do. So I'm going to try and lay it out over the lake today. So
Lubes craft the planet P.
yep, craft the planet. Yeah, we need to make that planet work. Get those up and running. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit tight for everything.
Yeah, I was I had a plan of what to do. Right, so that's two. That should be two on there straight. Yep.
You need to decide what to bid beforehand.
I know. I have a plan in my head, Joanna. Don't you worry. So don't you worry. I know what I'm doing. He says. Joanna's like, yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Lubes now build ships time happy smiley.
Yep. Now build ships time. Build ships. Alright. Yes, build ships time. Yeah, build lifeboat time. Build lifeboat time. So I don't want to be thinking about that too much because I'm trying to concentrate on this. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. So you're jammed up. Or you're... There you go, let's try and get... Alright, so this glue is not as quick to dry as super glue, but it shouldn't leave white marks all over the place. So actually what we're going to do, I think, is probably just put it straight on the bottom of the props. Where is it? There it is. Oh, now I've got the other one stuck. Ah! I will leave that there for now. Alright, so that's one prop in. Just get rid of that. And that's the second one in. Alright, that's looking good. I'm going to check the status of the white paint over here. No, it still hasn't dried. So we're going to give that a bit more time. Okay, so that's that stage finished. On to this stage. Right, okay. Let's be real careful. Oh, nearly took that out, didn't I? Let's try and get a light over here. Right, I need some more length on my flex. Let's try and undo that. Give me a second. There we go. Okay, that should be a bit better. It should be a... There we go. Nice. I might try and get one of those ring lights that fits on a webcam, so I've got a light directly where the webcam is facing. We'll see how that turns out. What do I do with the... Oh, they're here. Right, so now we need little round bits. Okay, I'm just figuring out which way round they go. Oh no! Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, oh, I don't need that bit, and I was like, yeah, dude, there's a second one on there. I found it though. I found it. Oh, it's just behind the computer screen. Oh, thank God for that. I needed both those parts. Wow, the day's going a bit funny. Right, so I have to remember that this shit, the boat is upside down to what it is in the picture. So I have to do everything kind of, I don't know, why don't I just do it upside down? No, because that won't work. So the top piece all goes in there like that, okay. Alright, so again, we're going to use this clear glue. See if I can pick this without... And there we go. Right, so... Like, why do you stick to my finger? What the fuck? Like, don't stick to my fingers. Come on. God. Oh, it's a bit of a ball ache today. Come on, get in the right position. There we go. Just sort of, oh fuck. The trouble is, I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. It has to fit exactly. Right now I've got glue on the bloody paint. Oh. Why are you coming out?
You Renfew, OOF.
Ugh, you frustrating motherfucker. This is supposed to be relaxed and chilled hobby. What the fuck? Sit there. Stay. Fucking hell. Alright. Okay, now I've got glue all over here. So, I mean, we should be able to clear some of that up later because it's not the super glue, it's the glue. So that's fine, that's fine. Yeah. The other problem is sometimes, like when you're not having a good day, it's best to just turn around and go, you know what, I am not having a good day with this today. I'm going to put this down and come back to it. But if that happens to be like an hour into the stream that you're trying to do, or like 10 minutes in, you're like, yeah, this isn't going well. This isn't ending up right. It's like, what do? Could you, like, legit just have a 10-minute stream when you realize things aren't going right? Be in the center, come on. Okay. It's just when I try to make things just small adjustments, because it's got to be perfect, you know. It's like it's there, but it's not quite right. That's when everything goes to shit. All right. Oh, now you're sliding. All right. Good. Stay. Now you can see the glue smudge on that last one. Ah, damn it. That's horrible. Okay. Right. I'm actually going to turn this upside down so I can see this better. Right, so that's up that way, that's up that way. So I need 14. 14 goes on here. $14 and 16. So which one's 14? Oh, did I really just not? Alright, we're gonna have to figure this out. This one is 14. So this one is 14. Alright, yeah, I'm right on that. Yeah, it's like, you know, when things not going right for you, you should just sort of stop, put things down, and, you know, come back to them later. But it's a bit difficult when you're actually doing a stream. You can't just turn and go, right, lads, I'll be back in an hour. Just need to chill out. Wait, what the fuck? Oh wait, hold on.
Screensaver stream.
Yeah, just stream a screensaver
LOL.
for an hour. Wow. Now that just kind of sat where it was supposed to, didn't it? Thank you. Just doing the spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch for that. Thank you. He was like, yeah, no worries, mate. I got you. Yeah. Part number 14. I'm your bro. Buddy. See if part number 16 has also got my back. We're just filing this down. What I might actually do in a minute is turn the boat up the other way, so that the other parts aren't being, don't have.
What are those parts?
These parts, I'm not sure what they are. I think they are actually like, because that's below the waterline, so I'm not sure what they do. I'm not really sure what they are. Well, you're almost my bro, aren't you? Yeah, almost my bro. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what they do, because the water line is about sort of here-ish. So I'm not really sure what they are, honestly. But they're there, so I've got to put them on. I was thinking they were kind of like step stands. But I don't think so. Why would you need to be stepping there at the back of the boat? That would be most dangerous, wouldn't it? So I'm not sure what they are, but they're on the boat and they're there, but they're under the water level, under the water line, so I have no idea. So yeah, let's just have a look, because there is a actual water line. Yeah, they're literally under the water line there. Because the water line is just this line here, or should be, or anywhere along these markings, depending. But anywhere below that is the water line, so these would be below it, so I don't know what they are. No idea.
They might act to push the front of the boat down so it doesn't lift like a speedboat. But then that doesn't make sense, so I'm stumped.
Yeah. I mean, It is a speedboat as such. It has to kind of when it's um when it's going, it kind of has to get up on a plane. That's how they work, isn't it? Get that speed. I don't know. I'm sure they have a very good reason for them being there. You gonna be my bro? Yeah, look at that. Fucking bro. MVP parts. Because they're also... Right, now let's try and turn this boat up the other way. Oh no! Oh yeah, boy.
Wow, one there too. Yeah, that's creating a lifting force in the back for some reason.
The props fell off. Yeah, everything's going wrong today. This has fallen off. Props have fallen off. Don't you fucking dare snap anything off. Please don't fuck me over. Just sit there, please. Oh. Yep. Don't snap that off. And then all you're pushed right up against it. Just come back down. Alright, so what we're going to have to do is just... That's off center as well now. What's going on? Like, if they don't fit, if they don't stick, then... I mean, that glue should work. Just don't want them to have that kind of frosty look. Oh, and this one's moved as well. Oh my giddy aunt. Things are... They're not good today. Having a good day. Like, the airbrush isn't working. Paint started running. Things aren't gluing correctly. That's gone wonky too. Oh, so that... Oh, that... See, that is super glue, and that is solid. Just gonna have to wait and see how long that takes to dry. Honestly, that's a pain in my ass. Yeah, things are not going well today. Right, there's not much more I can do there. Let's just check to see if this paint has dried. Yeah, the white paint has dried.
Well,
So
I know what's needed.
what's needed, Amu? What's needed? Is that Amu? Yes. What's needed, Amu?
Do our names, or the boat simply has a spoiler alert P. Armu Renfew. Bark. 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 Bark.
Bark, bark, bark. There's a spoiler alert, yeah. So anyway, let's speculate on what these things are, because there's also some hydraulic things here. So I think what that is they can control the flow. Oh, I know what they might be. So they can. These obviously move. Because they got hydraulic connectors. What they can do is they can probably control the flow of the water over the yeah, they could control the flow of the water over here. So if you push this one up, it acts as a brake on this side, so the boat turns this way. And if you pull this one up, the boat turns that way. And if you pull this one and that one up, the boat stops. They're brakes. That's what they are. We figured it out. Yeah, they should be just wide enough to be able to stop the flow of water coming over the boat there. That's what they are. They're brakes.
Do our names, to stabilize the position a bit.
Yes.
Armu Renfew, Flap says stop.
Flap says stop. Yeah, stop. Because also at the front, I don't know if you see at the front here, this is a there's a propeller in there, and so that can push the boat this way and that way. So I suppose when it comes to manoeuvring, because it's very maneuverable, it uses this to push the bow forward and back, and it uses these to decide which way this sort of goes. So I mean, I don't know. I'm no mariner. But I'm guessing that's what it does. So, fingers crossed, that works. Right, let's go back.
Do our names, a side stream rudder as it's called in German.
A side stream rudder. Yeah. Because you've got these little red ones, they're the rudders. And I guess they can control it going left and right over this flow, so you don't really need a separate one here. This one just basically is like stop, go. And these two can be all stop or left hand down, right hand down. Sort of to work with the rudders. Yeah, so like side rudders. Oh, very good. Why does this one keep fucking moving? Just stay where you are. Stay. 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 Right, okay, so we're going to leave that there, and we're going to try and spray some more white paint. So let's see how that works out. And then we're going to come back to that and see if it's sorted its life out. So I don't... That stuff is a real pain to dry, but... If I'd used super glue, they would have been stuck, but they may have given a nice and horrible white, like, fog around it, so... And I don't like that idea. Right, put my gloves back on. Oh no, I need some new gloves. They're covered in white paint. We'll grab a couple of new ones, sorry. Oh, that's... It's like, what a fucking day. At some point, something will go right, you know what I mean? And I'll be like, woo! Right, let's shake this paint. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Alright. Always get off days. Always get off days, it's alright. Right, so that's that. Let's see how that dries. Give some of these another coat. Oh, those 38s are black, so I don't need to do those. Alright, we're getting there with the white. White's nearly done. Right, now we're just going to leave that to dry. See how that works out. Oh. I'm just looking at this, and we're going to see how well this is going to dry in a minute. I think what we'll do for the hydraulics, we will use super glue. I think just because they're so fiddly. I want them to like stick once I get them in that position. I mean, for the sake of a little bit of fogging, it's not too bad. I just wanted to try and eliminate that entirely, but obviously means having to wait. Right, so what I'm going to do is, my tea is cold and I don't like cold tea. I could drink cold coffee till the cows come home, but cold tea, yeah. So I'm going to go and get myself another cup of tea. Before I do that, yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm going to do a quick BRB. I'm going to play the video, which the RNLI has graciously granted me permission to use. So I always try to get it in at least once a stream. So I think an hour and 37 minutes in. I'm not sure how much longer this stream is going to go, honestly, the way things are going. But I think what we'll do is we'll hand over to the RNLI while I go and take an AFK.
You Renfew, I could be sacrilegious and suggest you microwave the tea. Just kidding.
Well, it's also empty, so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea, open the back door, have a little scream, maybe a cry, and then come back. All right, here we go.
We can expect a restless night across the region. Gusts are forecast to reach up to 80 miles an hour throughout the night, with the potential for even higher bursts in isolated areas. Residents are urged to stay indoors and secure loose outdoor furniture.
It was probably blowing about 80, 90 miles an hour, roughly. And I said to my missus, Nina, I hope no one gets a shout tonight. And within sort of 20 minutes, my pager was going off. I've lived in England all my life. My mum's and my dad's sides are both fishing families. From my mum's side, originally from Mousehole. I was destined to be a fisherman, I suppose. With a load of mates all wanted to be fishermen as well, so that's what we did. Love Newlyn. I don't think I'll ever move out of Newlyn. Hello. You alright? I'm fine. This does the best pasties in Newlyn. And sandwiches. It's a great community. We all have a bit of fun. Yeah, it's just a great place to be. You know, I haven't heard wind like that for a long, long time. It was screaming.
Your heart sinks, you know, you just think, oh no, I don't want to go out in that. You don't want them out in that.
So on the shout that night, Marcel was duty mechanic, so he was obviously down getting the boat started up and prepared. I picked James Roberts as a navigator, and then I picked Will Trenier, who's also a fisherman. He's a helmsman. I also picked Trevelyan Worth, and I also picked Adrian and Dan Sell.
We took one sea that actually took us over on our side, and the wave just picked us up and threw us, no exaggeration, 50 or 60 meters down with the swell.
And And I said, I think the only option we got with is to try and get a rope on them and getting them out into deeper, safer water before we try and get anyone off.
Patch is usually very easy on the throttles and stuff, and the need for extra throttle for manoeuvring in that weather, you could really tell, especially with us standing back half above the engines. So you could tell how hard he was working just to keep the boat in position.
Because we were doing about 2.5 knots, I suppose, with the yacht behind us, and the rope was quite tight. And then all of a sudden the rope goes slack and they're up to like 5 knots. So I knew straight away that the rope had parted. So yeah, my heart sank when that happened, and I think all the crews did as well, because you know, we just realised that we've got less time to try and get the rope on again before, you know, before it's too late.
The reality starts to set in when you can see the lights from the shore and realise how close we are.
One of our crew members come in, checked if I was okay, and I was like, I'm feeling quite poorly, and I was slowly getting worse and worse and worse to that point where I was like, I wanted to be off this boat.
At this stage, Marcel had collapsed. He was unconscious.
I do have a bit of a problem with this boat. I'm not sure how much further we're going to be going on, because yeah, it's just not drying.
Still a good video.
Yeah, it's a very good video. I like it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put on these parts, and then we're going to just leave it, I think, because what I really wanted to do is definitely get this done. I can't put it upside down because there's little, so just here there's I don't know if you can see it, but just there is like a beacon, a tiny little piece, and with any of these builds, small things like that, I always end up knocking off. So I am trying to adjust my little handling thingamajigger to a point where I can hold the boat in a position where I can work on it. Alright, okay.
Do on Abes, and Shashamu, you are applying heresy to the holy British sacrament of TP.
Of TP? That for my bunghole. Right. So, let's bring the light back. We don't put tea in a microwave, Moo. Do you think we are Americans? Ugh. It's actually a funny story. I thought that everyone had a kettle. Like, I thought a kettle.
You Renfew, that's why I said just kidding P.
I thought everyone had a kettle. Like, that was a universal way of boiling water to make a cup of coffee or a cup
I do
of
it
tea.
with coffee 2P. You Renfew, anyway, got a setup for my stream.
Alright, Moot, thank you very much for joining me for this mess of a stream. Thank you anyway. It's alright, we're still going strong. We're alright. Yeah, so as I was saying, I thought when I went to America, I thought that everyone just had a kettle. That's just how you made tea or coffee. So I was staying around a friend's house, and I was like, "Oh, I could fancy a cup of coffee." She said, "Oh, I was in the kitchen, you know where I was." I got quite comfortable in her house at that point. It'd been about a day. She was trying to make me feel at home. She's like, "Oh yeah, the coffee's in the second cupboard on the left, or whatever. Tea's in the thingamajig, and the milk's in the fridge." Sorry, coffee's in the container. I was like, "Alright, okay." That goes out there, and I'm like, right. Where's your kettle? She went, "My what?" "Your kettle." "My what?" "Like your kettle where you boil water." She says, "Oh no," she says, "just put the cup in the microwave." She says, "That's how we all do it." I'm like, fuck off. You need a kettle. It turns out she had one of those old kettles, well, those kettles that you put on the stove and they whistle. And I'm like, what is this, the 1950s? Because I said, I'm not putting it in the microwave. That's not how you make coffee. I mean, what are you doing? She goes, "Alright, fine, I get the kettle out." I was like, great. I'm expecting her to get this electric kettle out that plugs into the wall. No, she got this thing out from like the 1950s, filled it up with water, or something that we used to have when we went camping, stuck it on the stove. And I'm like, oh my god, you really are backwards, you guys. I mean, Christ. I said, you have this little thing in the kitchen that's plugged into the wall, you know, where all the magic electricity comes from. You fill it up with water. When you want a cup of coffee, you come in and you flip the thing, and it boils really quickly, and then you pour it in from there.
Do on Abes, an electric water cooker is so practical P.
Well, yeah, or an electric water heater. You can have one of those big old...
I even make sausages in them.
Wait, what? What? Right, you all need colonizing again, I'm just saying. Not really teaching how to fucking make coffee and tea. I understand those big, you could get those big like containers of water that constantly keep it boiled like a water heater, and then you can make tea and coffee with that. We used to have those on site. So you'd have that, and you just pull the little tap thing, and it would just have boiling hot water come out of it all the time. So that was all right. But I'm not sure what you make. Making sausages in them. All right, okay. Like a saucepan. God. A kettle. A kettle. Get yourself a kettle. So I told Creamy about kettles. She's gone and bought one. She likes her kettle. I'm like, damn right, because that's how you make fucking coffee. And tea. Alright, okay, so back to it. Let's see if we can screw this up
Cooked
anymore.
sausages is good with a water cooker. Just heat water and then stick sausages in them, while not heating, of course.
Okay. So do you have like a kettle where you could just boil a kettle to make a cup of coffee? Like, is that what you have or not?
No.
No, no. Okay. Something wrong with the rest of the world, I'm just saying. We're the only country that seems to use a kettle.
But I just use instant coffee.
Yeah, you can use a kettle with instant coffee. You just flick the switch. It takes 3 minutes to boil, and then you pour the hot water on the instant coffee. What are you using? This... Yeah, in lieu of a big old water heater. I can't get my head around it. I'm sorry to keep going back on this. I just don't understand how you guys make hot drinks. It's confusing. All right, so what we got here? All right, 18 and 18A. So they're in the middle. 17 are on the outside. Okay, we're going to use super glue for this. Hopefully get this done. Like I say, if I can at least get this part done, then I'll be happy, because I don't want to push my luck today. Really don't want to push my luck today. It doesn't seem as though I'm having a great day when it comes to model making today. So let's not push it any further, right? Right? So I've got one of these. Which has been pre-painted. Pre-sorted. Right. Okay. So we're just going to get some glue out. Just going to take it nice and chill. Nice and chill. Frustration. Good. We might do another coat of that white paint. We'll see how well that's covered. And then what we'll do, maybe during the week, I will come on early. Do another early stream and see if I can sort these out. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a bit of glue in here. Come on. Oh, that's a dead stick. Let's use this one. There. Alright. Luana's just sent me a picture of the thing that she uses to boil a kettle, to boil water, I'm sure of it.
Lubes.
Fair enough.
An elegant glass and steel thing.
An elegant glass and steel thing. Alright, now I'm curious. I'm just going to have to go and check to see what this is. I'm just going to have to check. What is this nonsense? Yeah, that's a... Joanna, that's a kettle. That's what I'm talking about. That's a kettle. That's a kettle. Wait. You boil your sausages in that thing? That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is a kettle. And you make sausages in there? Well, that's a new one. I've not heard of that before. But then
Here you have to clean it afterwards, of course, but so you have to do with a pot.
Well, I know, but that's a kettle. That's for making tea or coffee. What? Oh my god.
It's a multi-use tool.
Uh-huh, okay. If you say so.
It can be so much more, Mr. Simple Happy Smiley.
Mr. Simple. Yeah, but now your tea and coffee taste like sausage water. What the hell? What's wrong with the world?
As I said, clean it Happy Smiley.
I'm sorry, but if I came round your house for sausages and I saw you put them in the kettle, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? So, that's not what that's for. Oh, wow, that's funny. I tell you what, though. Something as simple as making a cup of tea or coffee, you know, a hot drink, is so ununiversal, like, throughout the world. It's amazing, actually, just to think about it. Like, I think every culture has a different way of making a hot drink, or what they do with the kettle.
I do that in work only where I don't have easy access to a cooking field.
Yeah. Where did I put the... It's just quite funny, that's all. It's like a kind of, oh, that goes into... Wait, which bit does it go to? That's in the wrong place. Hang on. That needs to go into... there. Yeah, something as simple as making a cup of coffee, everyone takes for granted. You know, it's one of the universal things that, you know, people do. Oh, you want to come around my place for a cup of coffee? You know, just have a chat over a cup of coffee. But every nation or every culture seems to have a different way of doing it. You know? It's like the kettle here is just like everyone has one. You cannot not have one. The first thing you buy whenever you move into a house is a kettle. Whenever we moved on to a new site, we had to get all the all the porter cabins and all that lot all set up. The first thing anyone bought for the site, the first thing the site manager got, like even before the cabins arrived, was a kettle. You know? It's just those things that cannot live without. Impossible. Yeah, there the Germans are boiling bloody sausages in them. That would have been hilarious though.
Yeah, the last one broke. Within 2 minutes I ordered a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, my old one was getting a bit scraggly. So I like, yep, that's enough. Gotta buy a new one. I also redecorated the kitchen. Oh god damn it. And I wanted one to match the kitchen, so I bought a black one. But I would just love to have seen, like, I would have loved to have seen my site manager's face if he came in the kitchen one day and there's Duana boiling up sausages in his kettle. This is how we do it in Germany. What are you talking about? This is what the kettle's for. It's a multi-purpose tool. Don't worry, I'll clean it out afterwards. Yeah, I could just imagine him. I don't know the exact site manager I'm thinking of when I'm saying this. Little Glenn, he would have been like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, it's just something as simple as a kettle and making a cup of coffee. It's just doesn't translate through cultures. It's very different. Very different. Just find those sort of little cultural things very interesting. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. We are there. Look at that.
No coffee snob P.
You're no coffee snob. No, it's fine. But I mean, you don't have to be a coffee snob not to want your coffee to taste of sausage water. I mean, we're not coffee snobs. I mean, we're hardly tea snobs, really. I mean, builder's tea, Christ. Builders would chuck the sugar in, chuck the tea bag in, and the milk at the same time. And you're like, what are you doing? You can't put milk on top of a tea bag. Oh, fuck it, I haven't got time to mess around. Then they'll pour the water in, give a few swirls with a spoon, and then just chuck the tea bag in the hedge. You know, we're not really coffee or tea snobs.
If you were a tea snob, you wouldn't use a tea bag at all.
No, you'd use a teapot, which is reserved for when you have special guests. I remember we used to go to my nan's. My nan was very proper. She used to keep a house. Now, when you say the phrase "keep a house," it's a very specific thing. It's like she was very, very house proud. So we would go round for a cup of tea. The whole family would go round, like my mum, my dad, my brothers, and my brother, and my sister, and all that lot. And my nan would go out and make us tea. Before she got too old and the arthritis started playing up, she would always make a pot of tea, and she'd come in with the tray, teapot in the middle, with a tea cozy on the top, cups, saucers, and a plate of biscuits. That's how she would serve tea. And I thought it was just because, you know, there's guests. Turns out, because I used to stay over there when sometimes for a weekend when my mum and dad went on their anniversary holiday, just the two of them. I used to go around my nan's, and my brother and sister went to my grandma's. That's how my nan served tea all the time. So my granddad would be out in the garden, and she would turn up with a tray with a teapot and a cup on it and some biscuits for him. That's how she would just serve tea all the time. Maybe with some sandwiches. Now that's a tea snob. Yeah, these things are not drying very easily. Not drying very quickly. So, I think what we have here is that I think what I'm going to have to do is just going to leave it. I'm just going to have to leave it now. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick coat of another coat of paint. Let's see if these are dry. Yeah, they're dry. So we're going to give enough, check out, see what the white paint's doing. Yeah, that white paint that's not really even covering very well. I don't like that. Humbrol white paint is not good. Alright, let's go and spray that last coat of white paint, and then I think we're going to call it a day. I know it's a short one, but it's been a bad one. Let's go to just chatting while I put my gloves on. Yeah, this hasn't been a particularly I wouldn't say fun. It's always fun. But I think I've got to the point where I'm like, I don't want to push my luck any further. I managed to achieve something today. Got some painting done as well. So I think if I just spray some paint on there, I'll give about, I'll be given 2 hours. I'll give about half an hour to sort of chill out, and then we'll start a stream in a Planet Crafter. But yeah. Okay. Let's get this going. It's not covering too bad, but the problem is there is some grey like grinning through, and I don't like that. And I mean, it's got primer on it. It's got the Tamiya primer on it. So why is the primer still grinning through? Maybe a time to find another specific white paint. It's not too bad on these, for some reason. Alright. Any more white on there? No, there's some white up here. Let's check out this onboard motor. Oh, we're running out of paint. Yep, that's dead. That goes in the bin. That's pure white, but I've got... What else have I got here? I did have another one. Matte white. Alright. Fuck it.
See you then in next stream. Happy smiley.
You don't have to leave. Yeah, I'm not done. But yeah, we will be doing another one shortly. I was so excited as well. I was like, yeah, let's get back on the model bench. Let's do some work. Alright. That's the white all painted up. Well, oh, it's all right. We've actually achieved something fairly decent today. It's not a complete loss, you know. I would be a bit upset if everything just wasn't working. But we've had some success, so let's look on that. I can't touch anything on that boat at the moment because I have to wait for that glue to dry. It's the best glue to use when you're gluing stuff to actual finished paint, because you don't get, like, super glue kind of fogs up a little bit. There's a little bit of a white fog around it. So it's the best glue to use if you don't want that to happen. It just takes time to dry. So I think it was inevitable that we weren't going to be able to do much more. The airbrush, that's been going downhill for a while now. I've noticed that there's not enough pressure in there, so I'm going to try and look at a new presser today, see if I can get one of those sent over pretty sharpish. Let's see if that helps out. Because the problem is, anything other than like almost water consistency just won't go through the airbrush anymore. The airbrush is fine, it's just not the pressure to push it through. So yeah, and if you mix paint up to the consistency of water, it's not covering, it's just not going to cover, and it's going to be really runny. And so yeah, I need to fix that. I need to sort that out. So I'm going to order another compressor. Hopefully that'll be here by the end of the week. We can try that out on stream, see how that works. So that was obviously inevitable. Yeah, I think next time we're going to be able to do a fair amount. I can, if that compressor comes in next week, I'll test it out, and we could try testing it out with some black paint and paint the black railings, and then we could just start sticking things to the boat. And once we start getting to that point, I just don't think it's going to take very long. Everything will be like pretty much almost painted. If not, it's going to be primed. And it should just come together. We should just beat through it by then. So I think a couple more streams and we should be fine. Maybe 4 at the most, but we should be all right. But this one was a kind of a bit of a bust. But that's the way it happens sometimes. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head out. I'm going to give myself half an hour to sort of chill out, get myself ready, look for that air compressor, and then we're going to go and play some more Planet Crafter. where I'm going to try and rebuild the base. Not all of it. Let's work on some ideas. And yeah, so that's going to be it for now. I want to thank everybody for joining. I am not going to raid out because we're going to be doing another stream very shortly. So I shall see you later. Bye.